I'll open it up to council. Vice Mayor, do you have any comments?
Yeah, I do. I've been watching this issue closely for years, and we can see the trend, right? So the winds have changed, the culture war has shifted. We see from the president and HHS, we see a shift. We're taking DEI out of our schools because it's nonsense. We're taking it out of many things. So this shift is happening, and we were disappointed this week because our House of Representatives passed this very thing, or a very similar thing, this week, and then the Senate blocked it. And so this is going to be kicked around a little bit in our Congress, even at the federal level. But at the state level, what bothers me the most about what's going on in our state of California is our state continues to overreach and overstep. Our state has made these laws that actually create something that shouldn't be. This idea that you are a protected class is your civil right. It's not immutable. It's not the same as being black. It's not the same as your biology. And the state has created a conflict here that we see every day with our families and through this state that needs to be resolved. And what I like about this approach is that there was a lot of nonsense today in our chambers with a lot of triggered activists, but what I understand about this is that the vast majority of the people, when we heard the stats, 2% of the people have gender dysphoria, and that means 98% of the people don't, but yet the 2% are complaining that we won't adapt to what they want. And so this is a conflict that was created by the state, and I think we have an obligation to our community to draw a boundary about what is right and what is wrong. And there's this problem that I have, and it's a civil rights argument, and it's going to have to be hashed out in the courts, and there's something before the courts today that was, I think it was last May, from Idaho, that's going to go to the Supreme Court, and we'll see what that does. And so I don't know if this safe spaces thing that we're doing, which isn't anti-transgender despite all the rhetoric that we heard tonight, it's just about protecting women. And I think that what we want to do is draw a line that's very clear about what that means. And if it means that this ordinance that we put through is something that is predicated on a Supreme Court ruling, you know, I'm all for pausing until we can get to that point. Maybe we're a little early on this, but the wind has shifted, the culture war has shifted. The activists are not going to win this. I heard tonight many things like we hate God and we'll invoke Satan here in this chamber, which is an abomination. Why would people come into our chamber when in 2008 the city of this city of Porterville voted to put "In God We Trust" as our motto? 83% of the people voted for that. That's the will of the people. You know, I heard for 20 years in this chamber that elections have consequences. They do. And now that's shifted the other direction. And we see that the will of the people is about making sure that we put "In God We Trust" higher than where it was, because that's the will of the people. And that the will of the people is that families and traditional families and faith are what this city is about, what our country is about, and what it's founded on. What this does is it draws boundaries to say, hey, this city will stand for the families that want to protect their girls. And with the state law the way it is, every one of our schools already has this accommodation. It's part of the law. So it doesn't even seem like it's very critical. But I like the idea that we draw the boundary and say our city will stand with the people of the city. And I would suggest that maybe we set aside some money for litigation to protect those that are harmed by this in preparation for something, even though there may not be a harm now.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilman Beltran.